Hi guys, so this is going to be my 18-week pregnancy update with baby number 2, and sorry for a noise. Somebody's trying to get out of snow outside. I think they just left, but if you hear the noise, that's what it is. So let's look at my app. So this week the baby is about the size of a bell pepper. It's around 5.5 inches long and weighs almost 7 ounces. Flexing arms and legs, movements that you'll start noticing more and more in the weeks ahead. If you're having a girl, her uterus and fallopian tubes are formed and in place. If you're having a boy, his genitals are noticeable now, but he may hide them from you during an ultrasound. Phoenix definitely hid them. Your baby's blood vessels are visible through the skin, and his or her ears are now in their final position, although they're still standing out from the head. A protective covering is beginning to form around his or her nerves, a process that will continue for a year after your baby is born. Well, that's interesting. I don't remember that fact with Phoenix. So the baby is just getting bigger, but if you think about the size of a bell pepper, it is kind of still small, and it's crazy that you can like feel movement, but so for this week, it seems, and I'm going to say this with my fingers crossed, seems that I'm kind of edging out of the morning sickness phase, or sickness, because it doesn't only happen in the morning. But this week, I only vomited once. Yay! And that is a big deal because it was like almost every day. And last week, I think, was a good week too. So I feel like I may be heading out of the sickness phase, which is awesome. I do still feel some nausea and some just like, I can't even explain exactly what it is. It's just like a feeling, like you just feel discomfort, and that always happens at night. Mostly at night. Like once it gets to a certain time, and I say this every week, I just start feeling different. I've noticed the past couple of nights I've had a bowl of cereal at night when I start feeling that, and I go to sleep shortly after and I feel better. So maybe I'm hungry, or maybe, I don't know, the cereal or the milk. It might be the milk that's just doing something to kind of ease my stomach and make me feel better. My sense of smell has been very heightened this week, and it's weird because up until now, I haven't noticed my sense of smell be strong. A few times I've said like, oh, something smells, and my husband looks at me like if, you know, I'm the only one who smells it, he doesn't. But it was never something that was like crazy, like, oh my God, my scent, like, you know, it's because of pregnancy. Well, this week it has definitely been heightened. If I smell a certain thing or look at it and smell it, and it just turns me off completely. I've noticed that this week, sorry, my iPad is right here, so that's why I keep looking over there. I've noticed that this week I've been waking up on my back a lot. Every time I wake up, I'm on my back, and I've been waking up several times at night actually, which is crazy because I feel like it's still so early to be waking up so much, but 3 times is probably the least that I would wake up in a night, and every time I do wake up flat on my back. And I know you're not supposed to lay on your back past a certain amount of weeks. I think I'm already past those weeks, so I always try not to sleep on my back. But from Phoenix's pregnancy, I remember once asking my doctor, like, well, you know, I wake up on my back, how do I, you know, you're not supposed to be on your back. And he said that the reason you wake up is because you're on your back and your body's telling you that you shouldn't be on your back. So that's why when you wake up, you're on your back, you probably just turn to your back. So that has been happening this week. And then I guess since I'm awake, I feel like I have to use the bathroom, and I've been going, like I said, the least 3 times a night. That's not fun. On Super Bowl Sunday, we had like sub sandwiches, which I love sandwiches. I mean, I've been obsessed with sandwiches. I haven't had any real cravings this week, but I can eat a sandwich all the time, and they have been tasting super yummy. Everything that I want to eat has been tasting awesome. I haven't had an experience where something has tasted the opposite until now. So Super Bowl Sunday, we had subs, and we had these 2 big chicken platters, and I mean every type of chicken you can think of. We had chicken wings, chicken tenders, popcorn chicken, boneless barbecue chicken, every type of chicken you could think of we had. And I took like one of each when I first served myself, and every one I ate just tasted nasty. Like, I just felt like it just tasted, I can't even explain it. Like, it didn't taste like meat. It just tasted nasty. Like, it wasn't something that I was like, oh, and I had to throw up or spit out, you know, but I took a couple of bites of each, but they just, none of them tasted good to me at all. And everybody else was raving about how awesome they were. So that was weird, and I think it was definitely due to the pregnancy, because I'm a big chicken eater, and when I tell you we had every different type of chicken and all of them tasted not good to me, something was wrong. So I definitely blame that on the pregnancy, and I'm sorry for that noise. Somebody's shoveling now on the other side, so this is when I have to do the video, so you're gonna have to bear with me. For feelings, I've been having a very heavy lower belly. Like, the bottom of my belly just feels very heavy, and not pressure, just heavy. Like, it's just heavy. That's the only way I can describe it. And it's normally when I've been sitting for a long time and I get up, it just feels really heavy on the bottom. I don't know if just as my belly's getting bigger, I think my belly got a lot bigger this week, so I don't know if that has to do with it, but it just feels really heavy on the bottom. Like I said, it's not pressure, it's just like heavy. And I've said heavy like 20 times. I also, my legs fell asleep this week. I was using the bathroom right before I went into the shower, and I wasn't on the bowl for a long time. TMI. I know I wasn't using the bathroom, wasn't doing number 2, but sometimes I just sit there and I'm like on my phone or something, and I get distracted, and my legs fell asleep really, really bad. I don't know if it has anything to do with pregnancy, because my husband says that it's happened to him before, but I feel like I've sat on the toilet longer when I've had issues, and it's never happened to me. And when I got up, my legs just felt so weak, and so like they were fully asleep, and it took me forever. I had to like hold on to this thing for a little while and just let it all come back, and it was very, very painful. So I don't know if that has to do with pregnancy or not, but it was something that I haven't experienced ever. Like, my legs have never fell asleep from sitting on the toilet, and I've actually sat on the toilet for longer periods of time before, so that was just weird. I've also been noticing that I've been very itchy this week, and not on my belly, just my body, and it's at random times. I thought maybe it was something after washing clothes or, you know, certain fabrics, but I could have this on all day, and then all of a sudden I get really, really itchy, and even on my arms where I don't have clothes, and I'm just like, oh my god, and it's just so aggravating, and like, it's just, I'm super itchy. So I don't know if that has to do with pregnancy, but I really think it does. My belly hasn't been feeling itchy though, but I have noticed that the stretch marks that I have because of Phoenix are starting to show. Like, they were really, really light on my stomach and on my sides. I actually haven't noticed if the ones on the sides have come back, but yesterday when I was looking in the mirror, I noticed that the ones on my stomach seem to be getting darker. Like, they're more noticeable. Like, I know they were there with Phoenix, but I haven't really noticed them this whole time until now. So I think that they're just starting to darken up and like come back. I don't think there's new ones yet, so hopefully that stays like that. Not that it matters, honestly, because I've already had stress spurts with Phoenix. So clothes are definitely starting to bother me big time, and it's to the point where right now I have a pair of my husband's sweatpants on, which you'll probably see when I show you guys my belly, and they're just so comfortable because they're so big around my stomach. They're actually not that big around my legs, surprisingly, but around my stomach they're just so big and so comfortable, because anything, if it's like the slightest bit tight, and not even what you would consider tight, just a little more snug, like I wore these pajama pants the other day that are pretty big, and I had to put them like up here because it was just so annoying to me. And just anything snug or tight, even my tights that are maternity that kind of go up. The bottom part of it is a little more snug, and it's starting to really just bother me, and I just want to be in super huge clothes all the time, which is normal, I guess, because it's just getting bigger. Another thing that's getting bigger are my boobs. They feel huge, and it is definitely not just a feeling, they really are. And I'm normally a big chested person, and with Phoenix I remember getting pretty big, and I don't know if it was this early, but yeah, it's definitely time to go buy some new bras. So if any of you know a good maternity bra that I can use for nursing, maybe I can start using now and then transition to nursing, or just any bra that's comfortable and runs in a big size, please comment down below, because I am in the search and for something comfortable and something that I can wear and it can last me, you know, long, and that I can invest in, because I'm starting to get so uncomfortable. It's like I hardly go out anywhere, so I have it on just because, you know, if I don't have one on, it just feels uncomfortable. So, but at a certain time of night, I'm like, I just need to take this off because it is so uncomfortable, because they just feel like they're protruding out of it. So definitely time for some new bras. I don't know if any of you guys who watch Amanda Muse, but she does her pregnancy updates. This is her baby number 2 as well, and she always chooses a peak of her week, and I think that is really cute, really nice to think, you know, because here you are talking about cravings and the way you're feeling, and a lot of it is crappy, to be honest, because pregnancy isn't always the best feeling. So she always does the peak of her week, and I kind of want to do that too, because I think it's so good to just reflect on your week and think of something that was positive that week. So I'm gonna start this week on week 18, and the peak of my week is definitely that we found out the gender of the baby. So that is pretty awesome. I actually found out yesterday, and which was the last week of my 18th week, and the last day of my 18th week, and I found out. And our gender reveal party is this Saturday. So you guys, before my next before my next pregnancy video is out, you guys will know what it is, a girl or a boy. So just leave in the comments below right now what you think we are having. And it's so amazing, because before you have a baby, everybody's like, oh, I think it's this, or I think it's that, or I think it's a boy, I think it's a girl, or you feel like, oh, I want a boy or I want a girl. And I've been telling you guys that I haven't really favored one or the other. Like, there hasn't been one that I'm like, you know what, I really want this. Like, my husband really wants a girl. So like, he's, you know, with Phoenix, he really wanted a boy, and now he really wants a girl. So he has known, you know, what he wants. With Phoenix, I was just like, I don't know, like, I don't know what to expect. So I was kind of like, I was rooting for a boy because my husband really wanted a boy. But this time I was just like, I think either or has its perks. If we have a boy, we have everything. Like, we would need absolutely nothing, you know. And if we have a girl, then, you know, it's a new experience. I've never had a girl. So it was kind of like here and there. I didn't know which one I wanted. But when I called in to get my results, and oh my god, I was calling for 2 days and their phones were messed up. I was freaking out that I wasn't gonna know by Saturday, and thankfully yesterday when she picked up, it was like, ah. And I recorded it, so I am gonna put mine and my husband's reactions, because I heard it on the phone, and he wasn't supposed to find out to the gender party, but he wanted to find out. So then I recorded him watching the video of me finding out. So I will put those two together and make a video of that after the gender party or whatever, so you guys can see mine and my husband's reactions to our baby boy or baby girl. So anyway, when the lady came on the phone and said, oh, you know, everything looks fine for the harmony test, and I'm like, okay, you know, they told me that the gender would also be, you know, told in the test. She's like, oh, you want to find out the gender? I'm like, yeah. Like, obviously, I'm very happy, and that's another thing, that everything's fine with the baby. I think it would also test it for Down syndrome and for some other stuff, and everything was fine. So very, very excited about that. That's the main thing for a healthy baby, is the main thing. So anyway, then she's like, oh, you want to know the gender? And I said yes. And then she's like, oh, it's a, and as soon as she said what it was is when I realized that that's what I preferenced, but I didn't know it. I guess either I was in denial or I don't know what I preferenced until the moment that the lady told me what it was. So you guys will see all that, and I'm sorry for the little teaser on what we're having, but definitely comment down below and let me know what you guys think we're having, a boy or a girl, team pink or team blue. And stay tuned for our gender reveal party video. I'm gonna try to get it up that same night so that you guys aren't waiting for it. And I'm gonna show you now my 18-week bump with baby number 2. And like I said, I have my husband's sweatpants on, so don't mind those. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.